Hey, this is King Firehawk from 1640 PWPR. Coming up, the Blind Tag Podcast, which is exclusive here to 1640 PWPR, the home of pro wrestling podcast radio and more.
Hello out there in the podcast world. Once again, you've reached the Blind Tag. My name is Big Dick Gideon. I'm next to, as always, Kryim and Dante of the Fallen Angels.
Hey.
And
You
what?
You didn't do your usual casting. Usually when he says welcome to the Blind Tag Podcast, it's stretching out his arms like he's casting a spell. But I pointed it out to him, and now he's folding his arms. He's not gonna do it.
As he's pointed it out to the audience for the last two podcasts.
Yeah, no, keep doing it
It's
because it gets funnier
time.
every time.
Every
time.
I find it funny.
Every time.
Every
Also, and I need you to keep calling Ric Flair Abe Simpson. You do that every single week.
Because it's funny.
Is it?
That's me.
I'm pretty sure it was like a month ago it was funny.
Sometimes I just entertain my fucking self.
Yeah.
You know.
I know.
Things are getting hot right off the bat here, folks.
Anyway.
We haven't even covered anything yet.
Big week. This week was a pretty big week, actually. So, if you were watching Raw, or on the internet at all, and are interested in wrestling, you figured out that probably the biggest news from Monday Night Raw was that Shane McMahon returned. Okay? Which was an interesting, needless to say, out of nowhere, as Michael Cole would say.
I love it, Maggle.
Maggle. The thing is, because Shane McMahon hasn't been seen on television in 7 years.
Yes.
And they really set it up really, really good because they were doing this Vincent McMahon Award. J. McMahon, yeah.
Vincent J. McMahon Award.
Vincent J. McMahon Award, Legacy of Excellence Award. Now, they announced it a week prior, and people were like, is it legit? Is it a work? I mean, they didn't know. People were actually buying into the fact that it might be legit, okay? So we're like, all right, that's neat.
There's a point, it's like, well, who would they give it to if they were really going to do this serious? I would say maybe this would be a way to get Daniel Bryan still involved. Because,
Susan
look,
Komen.
Yeah.
I would say the reason why I'm saying Daniel Bryan is, as I said to you earlier this week, was because of the whole Connor thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he really brought that kid to, and the cancer that he had to light. And,
Sure, yeah.
I mean,
they did. A lot of people thought it was going to be legit.
And then Vince got in the ring.
Yeah, Vince got in the ring.
And then you kind of knew at that point.
If you're a worker,
you figured it out.
It was going to be a work, and then he announced Stephanie McMahon. And we're like, okay, it's clearly a work. All right, fine.
Now,
the audience just was pissed.
Yeah.
Now,
they were pissed.
Let me paint the picture in our living room at the time. So,
yeah.
What happens is...
Oh, yeah, I was upstairs.
Dante said, fuck this, I'm going to bed. Gets up, walks away. They announced Stephanie McMahon. They're doing a little shtick, and you know what? Both me and Big Dick kind of roll our eyes and start playing on our phone.
Yeah, we're like,
whatever, I'm not paying attention, And Big Dick, what happens then?
Well, the thing is she starts to, have a few remarks and everything like that. And then suddenly... Here comes the money!
Ching, ching!
And all of a sudden you hear footsteps coming back down the stairs, which is me.
Yeah. It was
came
pretty
back
intense.
downstairs.
I mean,
it was.
The idea that, because nobody expected that.
That was out of left field big time.
It really, really was. Because
you could have given me 10 people to challenge the Undertaker this year at WrestleMania, Shane McMahon would never been on.
And we had actually done shows where we were like, well, who could work? Everybody keeps talking about Sting
or Finn Balor and shit like that, which still would have been great. Mm-hmm. But it was one of those things where it's like the music hit. The funny thing was, and you know how long he's been gone, because half the crowd when the music hit didn't know who that was.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Half the crowd knew and were popping like crazy, but the other half didn't know. And you could see it, because I watched the videos, the replays on YouTube and stuff like that, just to look at the crowd reaction. You could tell the older fans, who were still fans after 7 years,
jumped up on their feet like
they're
crazy.
Like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. And then you had the younger fans who were like, well, who's this? Mm-hmm. And then by the time
he got in
that ring, everybody knew who it was.
Yeah.
So it was really an interesting dichotomy in terms of crowd reaction.
And then you have the next 10 minutes of them
just chanting his name,
and tears.
Tears. It was a pretty emotional moment for him. I mean, let's face it, he's been gone for 7 years.
Yeah.
People who were so into wrestling when they were in middle school have now graduated high school and hadn't seen Shane McMahon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's how long he's been gone.
You want to talk over? Okay, we talked about over with Daniel Bryan doing his speech, and you want to talk over? Shane McMahon hits the ring. And for 5 to 10 minutes, he doesn't say a fucking word.
He can't.
He can't.
They will not let him talk.
Even Vince, you could see the reaction was like,
go wide. He told people to go wide.
He was actually very surprised that it got that big of a pop.
Yeah.
You could see it because he almost says, you see it in his
eyes.
Yeah. He's as over in that moment as they want Roman Reigns to be.
Yeah.
That he can't achieve that.
Well, Roman Reigns couldn't get over with the catapult right now, but we're gonna talk about that.
Poor Roman.
We'll get to that in a second.
Fuck that bitch needs a trebuchet,
man. And he's a good worker too.
No, it's not his fault. But yeah, so Shane comes out and they cut a promo where he's basically a little shooty. Because Shane McMahon fucking lays into Stephanie and said, you've been running this company to the ground, the stocks are down, the plethora of talent injuries and shit that. That was a big one. The people
shots fired.
Yeah, people popped for that one.
Pew, 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 pew.
And come to find out that, he wants, quote-unquote, control of Monday Night Raw. And Vince agrees if he can somehow defeat The Undertaker at WrestleMania in Hell in a Cell.
Well, here's what I'm wondering, because if you watch the promo, he doesn't say you need to defeat The Undertaker.
You just got to face him.
I want one more match, and your match is against The Undertaker. He does not say you have to beat the dead man.
Yeah.
He just says one match at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. That's all. Now, I don't know if that's going to come into play, be like, let's say Undertaker wins, and Vince is like, ha, fuck you, and no, this is what you said.
Well, see, but then a later promo...
So many different ways this could go.
Yeah, but then a later promo said, when he was backstage talking to Stephanie, said the chances of him defeating The Undertaker are astronomical. So, that's what he said afterwards.
Right, but that's not what... You see, but maybe I'm just my sea lawyer going... That's not what was said when they originally agreed upon.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that's going to come back into play.
It'd be something that Shane McMahon would do.
Yeah, be like,
character.
That's right.
There's going to be contract signing, because if he's a businessman and his father's a businessman, it's all about... And it's all about...
what's best for business.
What's best for business and what's in that lockbox,
people. Suddenly there's this lockbox.
What's in the box?
Yeah. Suddenly there's this lockbox that apparently Shane McMahon has over his father. We don't know what's in the lockbox.
Adoption papers.
The good ideas.
The good ideas? The good idea box! The
good ideas.
That's why no good ideas is happening, because Shane took it with him to China.
Shane took the good idea box.
Shane took the good ideas with him to China. That's why nobody could get those motherfuckers.
That's why all the bad shit's been happening. There's no good ideas. The fucking good... Wow.
Yeah, that's me.
That's what happened to
me. That's me.
Yep.
That's me thinking.
You got your noodle going.
Yeah. But that's how they opened Raw. Okay?
It got progressively worse.
No, it didn't get worse. It was alright.
It was okay, but at the end,
With what?
Was it like Big Show versus?
No, that was the week before.
Oh, never mind then.
No. That you're thinking of pre-Fastlane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this was post-Fastlane. No, they went well. It was a very good Raw. At the end of this one, he busted Roman's nose, quote unquote.
Yeah, that leads us
Triple
into
H.
our next.
Yeah.
Leads us into the next thing.
So Triple H. Now the Raw is very good. Action's pretty good. Most of the matches were very excellent. And then at the end, you had Roman Reigns versus Sheamus for some fucking reason. And you knew just from the booking of that match that something's going to fucking happen, okay? Because there was no point. There was no point.
Nobody cares.
Because nobody cares about the League of Nations. So, okay, so during the match, Triple H just comes out. And, he's not in a suit, he's in his jeans and shit like that.
He's the game.
He's the game. It's all about the game. And he comes down, and he proceeds to beat the shit out of Roman. And poor Roman, because the crowd did nothing but cheer Triple H.
It's true.
And the problem is, like I said, you couldn't get Roman over with a catapult right now. You couldn't. And it's not his fault.
It's not. It's his booking.
It's his booking. It's shitty booking and shitty writing that have really destroyed Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. Because let's wheel it back a year. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go back a year, maybe about a year and a half. They have Daniel Bryan going against Roman Reigns. Okay,
it's not fair.
Automatically, Roman Reigns is not going to be over on fucking Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that's
not going to happen. Okay. They have Roman Reigns go over on Daniel Bryan at Fastlane last year, okay, to see who goes on to WrestleMania. Not to mention the fact that Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble and no one gave a shit either.
Yeah.
Okay? Got booed in Philadelphia, got booed after Fastlane after he won, okay? And then he goes to WrestleMania and nobody wants him as champion. So Seth Rollins cashes in and becomes the heel champion, okay?
A little history.
So let's fast forward, okay? Fast forward to the following year, this past Royal Rumble, okay? So the build-up is, Sheamus cashed in on Seth Rollins, or was it on Seth? No. There was, Seth Rollins gets hurt. Survivor Series turns into a tournament for the belt, because Seth Rollins is hurt. Roman Reigns, trying, he's starting to get over. Mm-hmm. He's starting to, just a little bit. Okay?
After 10 months.
After 10 months, okay, he's starting to. He wins the title. People are lukewarm about it, but they're willing to accept it. Sheamus cashes in and beats Roman Reigns right then and there. So Sheamus is champion for about a month.
Yeah,
about a month
or two.
About a month and a half. Because they go into the ladder match and the League of Nations interrupts, and Sheamus fucking grabs he wins the ladder match. The following Monday night, Vince McMahon comes back. Okay? The following Monday night, Vince McMahon comes back and gives Roman Reigns one more shot. Because this was before the Royal Rumble of this year, he beat the shit out of Triple H when he lost to the League of Nations and Sheamus. Okay? So, Triple H goes away, Vince McMahon comes back, gives him the match on Monday Night Raw against Sheamus to win the title. Vince puts over Roman real hard.
Yeah.
Okay? And he's finally over. In Philly.
Yeah.
The place that booed him originally when he won the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. And he's over. Okay? Yeah. Hits the spear, nails Sheamus, 1, 2, 3, he wins the belt, and people love it.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay? He is the champ. And you know what? He's coming out to cheers.
Yep.
The following weeks and everything like that, and they're trying to get the belt off him. He's warring with Vince, and anybody that wars with Vince
is over.
It's usually over.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's warring with Vince. They finally get to the Royal Rumble, right? And now he has to defend, quote unquote, his title.
One versus all.
Okay, they're going. Now, Dean Ambrose is very, very over heavy in this Royal Rumble. People really love Dean. Okay, and the final four were Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Triple H, who came back.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Sheamus.
Was it Sheamus?
I think so.
I think it was Sheamus. So Sheamus gets eliminated by Roman, and then Triple H gets eliminated or eliminates Roman. Oh no, yeah, Roman eliminates Sheamus, and then Triple H eliminates Roman. Mm-hmm. Okay. And the crowd starts to go apeshit. Why? Not because Triple H eliminated Roman, but because Dean Ambrose had a shot to be a double champion.
Yep.
Okay? Yeah. That was the moment that Roman lost his heat.
Yep.
That was the moment.
Yeah. And it's all about his booking.
Yeah.
Because the Authority books. Yeah. Let's talk about the storyline. You spent the last 6 months trying to take the belt off of Roman.
Yeah.
Okay. You wanted that belt away from him because we don't like him. And then the following after Royal Rumble, you book him in a match to be number one contender.
I don't understand.
I don't understand
the
that
storyline writing. It doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make sense to me.
It's like indie booking.
Yeah, it's like you booked him to actually possibly win a spot. Yeah. If I don't want somebody to win, you're not in that match, and guess what? You're now in a tag team.
Yeah,
you're in a tag team spot.
Enjoy the U.S. title.
Enjoy the U.S. title.
Yeah, okay,
that's what you do.
Yeah, I just don't understand. You had it. You had what you wanted.
Yeah.
You wanted Roman to be over organically, and he was. Mm-hmm. He finally was, and then you took it away. Did you expect him to, be more over than Dean at this point? Because if you expected that, you're not watching the crowd.
Yeah.
Then you're not watching your own show. That's what's happening. If you expected Roman to be more over than Dean, you're not watching the crowd.
And here's the thing. It's because of Roman's look. He has the look.
Yeah. And it's not his fault. Again, Roman's a great worker. Mm-hmm. He's out there every night busting his ass. His mic work has gotten a lot better. It's still not great, but it's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay? And he does. He has the look. He can carry the title. He can.
Sure.
But if you fuck him up with the booking like you have, nobody wants you to force feed us Roman Reigns. Okay? Mm-hmm. And you didn't. It took a year. It took a whole year for him to shake off being booed at the Royal Rumble and to come up on this.
Let's talk about that for just a split second.
Yeah.
Not only was he booed for winning that Royal Rumble, he couldn't get cheers when his cousin The Rock is in the ring holding his hand up.
Yeah. When The Rock can't save you.
When The Rock can't get you over.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do for you.
When arguably the biggest superstar in the past 20 years can't get you over, there's nothing you can do. Yeah. Okay? And I'm not saying that you give up on Roman. I'm saying maybe relegate him to a lower title for a while.
Yeah.
Okay?
You need to build his heat again.
Yeah. You need to build him up again. Have him go back down, face Kevin Owens for the KC or the IC title. Okay? Mm-hmm. KC title. Jesus Christ.
KC title. The Kansas City title.
Yeah. Have him relegate him to the IC title for a little while. Build him back up again. Although I don't know if he'll ever get cheered against Kevin Owens either, because Kevin Owens is really,
Well, here's the thing. You can book him against Kevin Owens. Obviously they'll boo the shit out of him, but if you put the belt on him, right, and then you start building him up that way, you can build a champion versus champion at fucking WrestleMania, and you know what? Chances are he'll get fucking cheered, just like the Ultimate Warrior did.
Yeah.
But, once again, that's a good idea. We'll
put that in that
you gotta give it to Shane.
We gotta give it to Shane. So is that what we do now? We give it to Shane?
We'll just give it to Shane. You gotta bring it back to China.
But but talking about Roman, this is what we kind of got diverse around here.
Well, yeah. Well, we are talking about Roman. With the plight of Roman Reigns. This is exactly what it is. This whole year has been the plight of Roman Reigns.
How about that be the title of our podcast?
The plight of Roman, yeah.
Fall of the Roman Empire.
The plight of Rome.
Yeah, the plight of Rome. Like it's unfortunate because he's a really talented. I mean, is he as talented as because I would say Kevin Owens is a better worker. Okay, I think he has more skill.
I don't know how long Roman's been in the business, but I know.
Well,
Kevin's
that doesn't
been
matter.
In there a long time.
That doesn't matter. Okay, you either have more skill or you don't.
Either you have talent or you don't.
Yeah. Okay. I would say the amount of time doesn't matter. There's a lot of people I think that have more skill than Roman Reigns, okay? But this doesn't mean he's not good at what he does.
Well, if he wasn't good at what he does, he wouldn't have that spot.
Yeah. So, I think... I don't know. And the thing is, we're pointing out all the problems, but I don't know how you fix them at this point. I don't know. Other than relegating him to a lower title. But because I don't know how you fix his heat now.
You don't. You turn him heel. You want to boo him? Fuck it. You want to make him the bad guy? Make him the bad guy.
Well, I have an interesting theory.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you're going to turn Roman heel, okay, Dean Ambrose would be a great face to face Roman Reigns, obviously. Okay? He's already over. Okay? However, okay, John Cena probably going to come back around SummerSlam.
Okay.
Okay? John Cena turns heel. Okay?
All right.
Cena can get Roman over.
He could.
Okay?
Dante, thoughts?
Well, number one, we've always talked about how they're not going to turn Cena heel.
Well, then nobody ever thought Hogan would go heel either.
Yeah, but he didn't do it in the WWE.
Yeah, but there's no other place to do it at. I'm saying, you learn from history, right? You know? I mean, obviously, Hogan turning heel was probably one of the most brilliant ideas in wrestling. I don't think anybody will argue with me about
Hogan
that.
did kind of start off as the heel to begin with, so I guess I can correct myself on that.
Well, I mean, like, you turn Superman bad. That's basically what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, Hogan was Superman.
Yeah. He was Hulk Hogan.
True Justice American Way comes out with fucking American flag, American made, USA, and then all of a sudden, fuck everybody, I'm Hollywood.
Yeah, fuck you, I'm Hollywood. So it can work. John Cena can turn heel, and you know what? He's got the mic skills to be a very good heel.
You said that with like a demonic voice.
Sorry.
I want him to be the next heel.
Yeah, because he could really. Because then there are possibilities when Seth Rollins comes back. If John Cena is the corporate champion, Seth Rollins can come back. And then,
old Robo-knee.
Yeah, I know. Poor Seth Rollins.
Everything about his knee is gone. He fucked everything about his knee.
So let's skip here real quick. So we'll talk about we could talk about Roman Reigns forever.
Well, we actually started to talk about Roman Reigns for a specific reason. We just kind of got diverted.
Well, go ahead.
People are wondering whether or not he actually broke his nose.
Dante pointed this out. He said earlier, what was it, a week earlier?
I believe it was 2 weeks or a week before on a Monday Night Raw. You could see that his nose got busted in the ring that night. He didn't have a lot of blood, but you could see his nose was very swollen, and it was askew. He was quite askew.
Like on his cheek.
And then when you see him the next week, you can kind of see it's still very bruised.
Yeah.
And then later that night,
he bleeds. Yeah.
it's like a smushed tomato.
Yeah.
Stand back. He is a gaucher.
I tell you what. If it wasn't work, it looked great.
Yeah.
Well, until you saw some footage.
Yeah.
With him maybe passing something off.
Yeah.
To a commentator who wasn't quite in the spot he should have been in to begin with.
Blood bag.
So that's why it's a whole. Was it a blood pack? Was he handing him something else? Nobody really knows, but that's the big controversy as to whether the nose was really broken or not.
I mean, it looked good. I mean, from the angles that they shot it at on live, it looked good. If it's a work, so be it. But very attitude-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Vince dropping the F-bomb and everything.
Oh, yeah, Vince McMahon.
Wow.
Right in the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's just reel that back for a second.
I was surprised you guys skipped over that to begin with.
Well, we got sidetracked.
We forgot. We talked about Roman Reigns being the lead safe.
Yeah.
So,
so while Shane McMahon and Vince McMahon were sort of warring in the ring and talking about everything, when he announced that he was going to have a match, Vince McMahon dropped some not nice words. They had to sort of bleep him out, and the thing is, even with the live videos that we saw, you can't really tell what he's saying. He's saying some not nice stuff, okay? But you can't really tell what he's saying.
Let's just say what he said even took Shane off guard. You could see Shane was a little like,
he was like,
because then Vince is like, "You okay?" under his breath, and then you see Shane kind of nod his head a little bit and then come back with his retort. But it was just, did Vince just
drop F-bombs? Who else? Paul Heyman dropped some not nice words.
It sounded like Vince says, "I'm going to give you a fucking beating."
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I get to watch your face get fucking beat in or something
but then Shane says, "Yes, because of the beatings I took from you."
Yeah.
It made me be able to not be afraid of you anymore. So maybe it
I don't know.
what's in that lockbox, you know?
It's the ideas.
the good ideas.
It's the good ideas. Like, you give me that fucking box. But that was a little attitude-ish.
Can I just say, because I mean, like, I know we kind of joke around about, WWE having ears to the ground, fucking cameras everywhere. If they do, if let's say this lockbox is a box of good ideas, can we sue? I mean,
piss my pants laughing.
Can we do something? I mean, somebody's
just grab some paper,
Look,
Finn Balor should face the Undertaker, and Bray Wyatt should be over more, and just.
Oh wait, with the article with the 15 things that could possibly help the WWE.
Oh yeah. So there's an article on the Sportster, top 15 ways to improve Monday Night Raw, and a lot of these are actually starting to do.
Some we agree with, and some are like no.
So number 15 is more screen time for the boss, and I don't think anybody will disagree that Vince McMahon being on camera more is a bad thing. That's a good thing.
No, he gets people over.
He gets people over.
Yeah.
I mean,
Roman
Reigns.
He's always the ringmaster.
Cut down Roman Reigns this time. Now, here's the thing. We do agree with this in principle because nobody wants to see Roman Reigns right now.
Stop force feeding the fans.
Again, not his fault, but they are correct on that. Now, they want to cut down Dean Ambrose this time. I don't know if I agree with that because Dean is very over, okay?
Here's why I would agree with that. Because he's working at least 2 times a night.
Yeah, he's working hard.
If he's as over as everybody says he is,
they're going to run him into the
ground. You're going to run him
next.
into the ground. You need to hold him back. Like, okay, you know what? You can go. That's great. Let's save it for the pay-per-view.
Like I said, you don't want that heavyweight title because they run you into. Look at we've done it. We've discussed it before in past shows. Look at what happens to every champion.
Yeah, they just get hurt, man.
Where are they?
Look at Seth. Look at Daniel.
Yeah,
CM Punk.
John Cena.
CM Punk just finished getting back surgery.
Yeah.
And, rumor he may be coming back.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
No, probably not. But that'd be cool if he did. But
look.
Yeah. We could. They could use him.
And you never thought Bruno and Vince would ever make friends.
Oh, no.
Again,
anything's possible. I'm just,
happen.
Yeah.
Money's right.
Hey, Vince and Heyman.
Yeah.
Whoever saw that one coming.
Promote Kevin Owens. 100% agree.
Yes.
The man can talk and he can work. Let the man run.
He's entertaining.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Yeah. People watch him. They're engaged with him.
Yeah.
Because he can get under their skin. I mean, like...
Him yelling at Michael Cole is just funny every single time.
I think that's a joke.
Stop looking at me!
I think that's a joke for the boys in the back. I think he does it to work the guys. Just give them a little laugh.
Because what do indie guys do?
They fucking entertain ourselves.
Yeah. So, I
like that he brings a little bit of home.
A little ha-ha, a little bit. Bring the Wyatt family onto main event status. Here's the problem with that.
They tease it and then they take it away.
The problem with that is that they're trying to build the Wyatt family as sort of another, what was the term? Another ministry where winning didn't necessarily matter. Because if you remember, the Undertaker's ministry were a bunch of fucking losers. Mm-hmm. Okay? They're trying to turn it into the fact that they just want people to be scared of the Wyatt family, that they don't need to win matches to be over.
They just need to hurt them.
Exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, the problem is Bray Wyatt is a relatively big name, and he's not winning.
Yeah.
Okay? Which means people are starting to not care. Regardless of whether or not these 4 guys beat the shit out of people, they don't care. You gotta win. By hook or by crook, you gotta win.
And that goes along with the crappy booking. Yeah. I mean, you bring them up to this height, you bring them up, you bring them up. Oh, and you just set them to lose every single time. It's stupid. The formula is not working.
Yeah, it's not working. And again, they don't have to win clean. In fact, if they never win clean, that's fine.
Yeah.
But they gotta win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Look how they booked the Survivor Series match, the Brothers of Destruction versus the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Okay, why would I... Okay, looking up to the build-up to that, why was I going to buy a ticket? You had the entire Wyatt family take out Kane by themselves.
Yeah.
You had the entire Wyatt family take out Undertaker by themselves. Here comes the duo of Brothers of Destruction and they clear out the Wyatt family 2 weeks before Raw.
Yeah.
The next coming week they did the same fucking thing. Why would I pay a fucking ticket?
Yeah, who's going to buy into it?
Yeah.
Because they were only going to face 2 members of the Wyatt family.
Yeah. It doesn't... Yeah, I don't get it. It was very poor booking. But I do agree bringing the Wyatt family up to main event status. They should, but they got to start winning.
Yeah.
You can be in a main event as much as you want, but if you don't fucking win, nobody gives a shit. So.
Okay, number 10 is
more Brock. Yeah.
I wouldn't say so much Brock.
More
I
Paul.
could sit and listen to Heyman all day.
Well, they're a package deal right now.
I know, but it's just...
Yeah,
he's the monkey bouncing behind, you know...
I don't disagree with this. More Brock Lesnar is not necessarily a bad thing. I wouldn't mind seeing Brock wrestle on Raw. I wouldn't mind seeing Brock wrestle on SmackDown. Okay,
we don't watch SmackDown.
Well, we don't, but
if it was a better show, we would.
We'll get to.
Okay, we're doing that. We got that psychic thing going. Okay.
So more Brock Lesnar is a good thing. I think that's not a bad thing. I understand they want to save him for special occasions and stuff like that. Maybe that's in his contract, but I think seeing more of him. Because the crowd pops for him every time. So, he's entertaining. Shake up the Divas Revolution. I think they're starting to do that right now.
Slowly.
It's slow, but it is happening.
Slow.
The Divas title will be defended for the first time in 9 years at WrestleMania now. I think it's 9 years. It's been 9 years since it's been defended. But it's going to be Sasha and Charlotte.
Right.
Okay? If not, it's going to be a triple threat.
I think they're going to this triple threat.
I'd like that. Okay?
So would I. I mean, the girls can work.
Yeah, I mean, just let them go. Give them 20 minutes, man, and just let them go.
Yeah, you know what? Your crowd's going to be into it.
They will be in a WrestleMania crowd. Will be into a triple threat match of that caliber.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that, like I said, they're starting to do that now. They're starting to shake it up, and I think that'll be good. Bring back a former face. Now,
no.
Okay. You can bring back the Rock.
Get the ones that you have over.
Yeah.
Well, worry about that. Because the reason why I'm very adamant about a no is don't bring somebody back when there's somebody who's already on the roster that could probably take that spot that they haven't given that chance to yet. And stop giving those spots to guys that don't really work for the company anymore. Because why bother having all these young guys if you're never going to give them their chance?
Well, can I counter that with saying, like, I'm not saying bring back The Rock, because Rock's entertaining whenever's on the mic. Okay, that's just a given. So you can bring back him for here and there, but if you want to give it, like, a permanent spot, if this is what they're trying to say is, like, give it a permanent spot to a guy, make him a GM. Who wouldn't want to watch Mick Foley fucking be a GM again?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you could put guys that are former workers into like administrative spots, like Hogan. I mean, Hogan.
You can't bring back
we're still
Hogan.
working on him, but you know what I'm saying. Bring back Kurt Angle, GM spot. Fucking
no. If I'm gonna give a GM spot to somebody, just give it to Austin.
You can do that too, but that's what I'm saying. Like you bring him into a non-wrestling role.
Yeah.
You know,
Austin. Having somebody like Austin could help someone like Dean get over even more.
Okay? They are going to be in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They are going to be in Texas for WrestleMania.
You know they're not going to make Austin pay for a ticket.
It's already there.
He's already there.
It's like, I'm Austin?
I'm Steve Austin.
Do you know who I am?
So, number 7 is more creativity, which I think is sort of that's redundant to say.
I'm tired of seeing the same matches over and over
I don't
again.
want to...
like the Sunday Night Raw that we watched last week.
I don't want to see Sheamus and Roman. Nope. No one wants to see Sheamus and Roman.
We're tired.
No one really wants to see Sheamus.
He's boring.
He's He's better as a face. Okay, Sheamus, in my opinion, is much better as a face. But this whole League of Nations thing, that needs to go away. Have these guys go away for a while. Barrett's going to leave the company anyway. Okay, it's fine, and I wish him well. Yeah, I think he's a great worker, but he's just made of glass.
Yeah, he's very accident prone.
But Rusev works better on his own.
Yep.
With Lana, okay? Rusev works better on his own. I know Lana's got, like, atomic heat right now, but Rusev works better on his own. Alberto Del Rio
doesn't need it. He can get over by himself.
He needs somebody to work his mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they had Ricardo Rodriguez. It was perfect. He came out to his own ring announcer, and it was fucking over.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah. I would. But these guys work better by themselves. You have a group of people that sort of are pure singles wrestlers, and you shoved them into a stable, and it's so uncomfortable every single time they come out because these characters are so different. So like it's
it's not like the Social Outcast
No.
or the New Day where
Or
they're
the
just
New
like,
Day,
here's an idea, you guys figure it out.
yeah, it's very they're so different.
Because they don't know how to interact with each other.
Yeah.
You look at like the New Day and the Social Outcasts. They kind of know where like Social
They
Outcasts
play off each other.
Yeah,
Give Social Outcasts some time. They might come into
give
something.
them 6 months and then do a promo war with the New Day, and that's
Yeah.
I'm licking my chops by that.
Yeah.
I really am. I mean, like Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas makes that.
Bo Dallas makes a Social Outcast.
Yeah. If you didn't have Bo Dallas, nobody would give a fuck.
Yeah.
Create a face power alliance. Now, the thing is, they've tried to do this with Demon Roman, okay? And it worked only because everybody loves Dean, okay? And now they're trying to do it with, well, they tried to do it with Ryback, Show, and Kane, thank you. And that didn't really go too well either because now Ryback is turning heel,
Yeah.
okay? Which is fine. I think Ryback works better as a heel anyway.
True.
But they're chanting Gilbert
It's
for
true.
Ryback, and
True.
he's got feelings, guys. All right,
Gilbert. I mean, it's not even Goldberg
yeah,
anymore.
it's Gilbert. I'm like, oh, that hurts. Show being a face, I think Show works better as a face.
So do I.
Kane, they don't have anything for Kane right now. They don't.
Old man Kane.
Old man Kane. He's just putting his time in.
Grandpa Kane.
Just putting his time in.
Who would you have as a power alliance, though? I mean,
There's nothing you can do right now. There's not enough faces to have a power alliance. There's a lot of heels.
yeah.
We have way too many heels on the roster.
Well, I think that comes from everybody wants to be Johnny Kick-Ass. Everybody wants to be the guy who beats people up.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be a gimmick anymore. Like
Seth Rollins was a gimmick.
even to the point he was
You
still
hated
kind of.
Seth.
Well, Seth grew on me.
true.
Seth grew on me. At first, I didn't really care for him as champion because I didn't really buy it. Okay? He felt very forced, which I guess was the point in terms of story. He was supposed to be the forced champion. And because everybody knew that anybody on the roster could, quote-unquote, kick Seth Rollins' ass. But he always got over. And it sort of grew on me to the point when, okay, maybe he is the perfect heel champion because he is so beatable. And he always seems to escape. Very Shawn Michaels-esque.
Well, like
Okay? Very Triple H-esque back with DX in it. He always seems to do something to get away with the title.
Yeah.
And that made people hate him. Just like they hated Triple H when he was leading DX, okay? People fucking hated Triple H because he always got away. Either he bullied the referee or he fucking had his DX goons on the fucking apron or he sent, and when Chris Jericho, this was year 2000 or some shit, 2001, went over on him on Monday night when Earl Hebner counted the fucking 3 count. It was a fast 3 count, okay? I have never in my life seen a crowd pop that fucking hard. They were hugging each other in the fucking crowd.
Yeah. They were crying
Okay.
and hugging and it just,
So Seth Rollins really grew on me in that idea as that, you know what? Having a beatable heel champion really, really works. Okay? But, shit, where was I going with this?
we were talking about power alliance.
Oh, yeah, power alliances. So, there's too many heels. We need a few face turns.
Well, like I said, everybody wants to be Johnny Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be a funny gimmick. Like Santino Marella.
Yeah.
He came in and, he was trying to do like a serious thing and they found out he was just funnier.
Yeah.
Just be funny.
Funny is always over.
Funny is
Look at the New
always
Day.
over.
Look at the New Day.
R-Truth.
R-Truth. People love R-Truth.
Yeah.
Okay? He just doesn't get that much face time. Which is unfortunate because he can work and he can talk.
You should see the time he cut a heel promo in TNA. Ooh,
Good.
When he was known as K-Crush.
Good.
I'm telling you, like they should have let him stop being funny and let him be a fucking serious heel.
Yeah.
Dude, it was fucking ridiculously good.
Yeah.
And he's just the shucking and jiving. Look at me,
Well, he's the one of the 3.
one of the 3, black athletes. You
Yeah.
can be angry, you could be a shuck and jiver, or you can be a savage.
Yeah.
That's
it.
That's what you can be as a black man.
Yeah. That's it.
Apparently, you can't do anything else.
So, the next thing they have is more title matches, which I don't know if I necessarily agree with. Because the title matches, you want to relegate it to the pay-per-views so people buy the pay-per-views or subscribe to the network. That's what you want, okay? You don't want to give those away for free. right? You don't want to fall into the idea of what happened to WCW, right? They booked Bill Goldberg and Hollywood Hogan on a Monday Night Nitro, okay? Monday Nitro for the title.
Yeah.
And they put like 70,000 people into that fucking arena. But they didn't sell it out. Imagine what they did if they took a month to build that up to a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You don't want to give away title matches, in my opinion. Okay? Every once in a while you do a title match, okay? But you don't have it change hands, okay? That's what the pay-per-views are for. That's what they're there for.
See, I'm almost in a disagreement. I'm okay with doing one title match per show, whether it's a tag team title, tertiary title, or the world title. You do it one per show.
Yeah.
Or
Divas title.
And you even change hands on a show. Because why would I pay attention? Because I know it's not going to happen.
I understand it being a rarity, okay? But I think he's saying, more title matches. I'm like, but that's something special. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
of
you can't
the
have
titles.
Christmas all the time.
Yeah, you can't have Christmas all the time. So,
Well, it says actually every 3 or so.
So weeks will make sure. Yeah, okay,
So,
I mean, that's not so bad.
no.
But even so,
You know what? That's actually a good idea. Every 3 weeks, you know you're going to get a title match.
yeah, but every 4 weeks you have a pay-per-view.
That's what makes a champion.
Well, I have to agree with number 4, which
Yeah.
we're going to touch on now, which is go back to 2 hours, please.
I agree, because
You're
there's so much
trying
fluff.
they're trying so hard to fill that 3 hours that by the time 10 o'clock comes, I'm like, we're only 2 hours in.
Yeah,
Holy,
like,
remember
fuck,
the one time
yeah.
we were watching?
45
and
minutes.
45
It was
minutes, we're
even-
like...
I was like, what do you mean? I thought it was 2 hours in already.
Yeah. I agree with this.
Yeah, go back to 2 hours. 3
But-
hours is too much.
But I think it's... What do you do, right? Like, okay, I'm taking away from the fans right now, right?
No, they were able to do... Oh my God, the amazing shit that they did during the Attitude Era within 2 hours.
I agree with you. I'm just... How do you spin it? If I'm WWE or if I'm Vince McMahon, I'm giving you 3 hours now. How do I spin it where giving you 2 hours is somehow better?
I
felt putting it Monday Night Raw to 3 hours is taken away from their pay-per-view time.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. Yeah, because
you're already watching 3 hours on a Monday night. Why would you want to sit down now?
Yeah.
It's what, 4 hours? Some of the shows.
WrestleMania is probably going to be 4.
WrestleMania is 4
Well,
hours.
that's always 4.
Yeah.
But also SummerSlam I think was 4.
Yeah, but three hours to sit on a Monday night. I mean, it's not baseball, it's not football, it's not hockey.
Let's talk about hours for a quick second.
Yeah.
If you're an avid WWE follower, okay, let's say all you watch is their product, okay.
Oh my
So you got 3 hours on Monday. You're gonna have at least an hour, I think, on Wednesday. I think that's main event. 2 hours on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then on a pay-per-view, it's another 3 hours. That's a lot of hours to sit and watch wrestling.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
Oh,
I agree.
And don't forget to put in the hours for NXT.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. NXT.
1 hour of NXT.
Yeah.
So I agree with you that in principle, like, yes, absolutely, Raw should be 2 hours again. I just don't know how you spin it. That's all. I don't know how, if I'm Vince McMahon, okay, I have 3 hour show, I'm going to bump it down to 2 hours. I don't know what else to do. Mix up the matches. So he wants, okay, so instead of just the standard matches all the time, this guy's calling for, let's have a little hardcore, let's do this, let's do that. You got to ease into that, man.
Well, you've already got Dudley saying no more tables.
Yeah. So you sort of have to ease into this thing. Hardcore matches, in my opinion, should be a blow-off.
Yeah.
Okay? It makes sense that they are. Okay, these guys have been going at each other for a couple months now. We got to stick them in the cage and let them have at it.
Dean
okay?
Ambrose and Brock Lesnar with the street fight.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
That's a big blow-off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay? As far as the gimmick matches and stuff like that, I don't know.
One every couple weeks
is okay.
is
yeah.
okay. Maybe right before a pay-per-view or something, because then you're
Maybe.
really hyping it and you're really pushing it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple versions of, in my opinion, the gimmick matches. Okay, you have like the big hardcore stuff, which is, let's say, the
TLC.
Let's say you have the cage.
Yeah.
Okay, you have this Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
You have Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Maybe Last Man Standing. Okay.
Yeah.
But then you have the lesser ones, which is like the tables match.
Yeah.
Or a chair match.
Yeah.
Or a street fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Those, in my opinion, you could do one of those 3 leading up to, okay, that's it. Me and you are in the cage now, and there's no place to go, and we're just going to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
That's how I would do
That's how
that.
it used to be built up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Way back in
nowhere
the
to
day.
run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Couple matches, few bits hot, we do a street fight. Let's say it goes to no contest. Fuck you, we're going to the cage.
Yeah.
That's
That's always, remember back,
Yeah.
well, back when I was growing up watching wrestling, that's how it used to work.
So,
1 + 1 is always going to equal 2.
Yeah.
This is,
more wrestlers on the main card is number 2. I'm not quite
how
sure.
Many more,
Like
who?
Okay, so I guess he wants to bring people up from NXT.
Why not try to really blow it up and bring a bunch of wrestlers to the main card? Cena, Orton, Rollins will eventually return from injury and can't be on mid-card level. Reigns, Ambrose, and Sheamus probably won't go anywhere. Lesnar is always going to be big name.
Why not bring all members from the League of Nations and Wyatt family to the top? But this is just reiterating what he said before.
Number one, all the guys from League of Nations are already top guys.
They're just using them as mid-card guys.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
No, what you need to do is
you gotta break
push
it up.
you got to push guys more like, as we said, social outcasts.
Yeah.
And those guys that are struggling on that mid-card level. Don't take guys that are top card, put them down mid-card.
The problem is that even in a 3-hour Raw, there's still so much shtick that they're going through, like a 20-minute promo, and there's just so much filler.
There's so much. I want action.
I want action.
I want to see some wrestling, man.
Yeah.
I mean, great. I love listening to a good promo. I do. But you know what? I want to see some wrestling.
There's that one show we watched a couple months back where the entire show we had out of 3 hours, something like 45 minutes
of wrestling.
Out of 3 hours.
Yeah, we
I mean,
actually broke it down.
they've gotten better. It's gotten better.
It's got better.
It got better.
But yeah, I agree with the idea of pushing in some more
Push your
people.
mid card and lower guys, and don't worry about making these factions with guys that are already
over. You don't need it.
Established.
Yeah. And number 1 is something that I agree with 100% that we've mentioned before: make John Cena a heel.
And they even bring up the thing about Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan was the big guy for what, 10 years?
Yeah.
It's time.
I agree, but here's the problem I see with this.
Yeah.
Is the same problem that happened. Well, not necessarily when Hogan changed, because everybody was like, "Fuck you!" They wanted to kill this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But there's such a dichotomy when it comes to Cena. There people, the older crowd hate him.
Yeah.
The younger kids love him. If he changes heel, the younger kids are gonna hate him.
And
the
there
older
goes
crowd
this merchandise.
and the older crowd are gonna love him. I think they're going to cheer for him, like, yeah, it's a heel, we can get behind. And I
don't think so. And the reason I say that is because
people just hate Cena because they're tired of him.
The reason people hate Cena, a lot of the reason, is because he takes the stakes out of everything, right? Mm-hmm. He's Superman. He's Super Cena. He does the same thing all the time. The character never changes. All that fucking bullshit, right? If he turns heel and still does the same thing, people will hate him even more because he's still Super Cena. If he doesn't actually change anything about his wrestling gimmick other than he's a bad guy now,
and the way he presents himself on the mic,
I guarantee you he will get serious heat. I guarantee you. Because the older people that watch wrestling, like us, enjoy good wrestling. People hate Cena because he does the same thing all the time. He takes the stakes out of everything. Keep him the same way, just turn him heel. People will hate him. Okay? They already do.
Yeah, but here's the thing: he's going to come back. He's going to come back his face because everybody's going to cheer for him. Because there's such a drought for a good super face.
Yeah.
They wanted to put it on Roman, and nobody gives a shit.
No.
So Cena's going to come back, and they're going to pop the shit out of him because there's such a drought for a fucking heavy face.
and he's still gonna even when Cena comes back, it's gonna Cena.
John Cena sucks. They're still going to do it.
Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. It's not going to stop.
It's not going to change, so you might as well get more money out of the guy because, let's face it, you've already worked him into the ground. He's hurt, and John Cena never gets hurt. Yeah. Okay? You're hurt Superman, essentially. Yeah. Okay?
You broke the man.
You broke the man. So you sort of have to... You got to do something with him, in my opinion, turning him heel, but keeping the same moves and everything like that. Keep the same moves, the same mannerisms even. Mm-hmm. But make him heel on the mic, and have him be the corporate champion, and I'm telling you, he will be fucking super heat.
Here's how I would book it. I'd have him beat Dean Ambrose for the IC title, right? And then right after that, he challenges, let's say, Roman or another face that's I got the world title, so he's now a double title holder, and he's like, yep, I did that. And just keep rubbing it in everybody's...
It can work.
It could work. It could work.
It can work, man.
Just have... You know what? Put all the belts on him. Put all the belts on him. And I'm telling you.
No.
Yeah. People will boo the shit out of him. That's right. He's a super champion. That's right. You want to call me Superman? I'm super champion. I have everything. Beat me if you can.
Oh. And he always goes over dirty. Like, oh my God.
That's a good idea. Give it to Shane.
Yep. Give that to Shane.
Put that in the box.
Hold on to this, Shane.
SmackDown.
What about it?
You wanted to talk about SmackDown for a specific reason.
Oh, yes, I did. I don't know if we mentioned this before, but Morrow, the guy, the announcer on SmackDown, okay, he did the pre-show for Fastlane, okay.
Oh, the mystery guy.
Yeah.
Yes,
And he did the pre-show commentating for the Del Rio Kalisto U.S. title match. And let me tell you something. This is the guy we need on Raw, okay? And we don't even need anybody else, okay? Because he's that good. He calls the matches, calls the moves, and does the color all by himself to the point where I was listening to him. Number one, I was engaged, okay? And number two, I'm listening to him, and he's trying to bring in JBL, but JBL has nothing to say because he's already taking the color away from him. Good. Get these mooks off the fucking table. We don't need Michael Cole. We don't need JBL. We don't need Byron Saxton.
Oh, God, Byron's just a waste of space.
Just get him out.
JBL called him a potted plant.
Yeah. Get him out and just have one guy there. You don't need three people. You don't need a heel commentator. You don't
Joey
need it.
Styles did it all on his own for years.
He can do it. He can fucking do it. Let him go, man. Let him run.
We do need to see that though. I stopped watching SmackDown years ago.
Yeah,
because it got to the point where
it was a review show for Raw.
It was a review show for Raw with a couple matches on it, and it was boring because there was really no star power behind it. And I was watching Raw, and then fuck it, I turned on fucking SmackDown and I watched shit that was happening on Raw. What's the point? I remember.
So I would, if they're smart, have Michael Cole get the shit beat out of him by Kevin Owens. Okay,
that's good. Okay, I'll write down that down.
Yeah, write that down. Send that to Shane, and then
send it to Shane,
and then have Morrow come up, and eventually phase out the other two, because you don't need them. You don't need them. Yeah. Why? So because let's face it, if Maggle's not there, we're not going to hear "I love it, Maggle." Okay.
You can put those two on SmackDown.
Yeah, relegate those two to SmackDown. If you need a heel commentator, bring King with Morrow. Mm-hmm. If you really want one, but then just have the two, and that's it.
I'd like to see what would happen because I don't think Raw has ever been singularly announced.
No, it's always been two.
Yeah,
whether it was Bobby and Vince or
Bobby and Monsoon.
Bobby and Monsoon. Randy was the commentator for a little while.
Yeah,
so it's always been two. I've never seen it one.
Yeah.
Of course, my favorite two would be Jim Ross and King. Okay,
yeah. Jim Ross was the voice of our generation of wrestling.
Heenan and Gorilla.
Heenan and Gorilla had that.
They're great. They're great.
They had that special connection.
Yeah.
Strangler actually prefers Ventura and Gorilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but for me, Bobby and
Gorilla was
Bobby
good.
and Gorilla they had that special connection.
I mean, just watch the whole Tuesday Night Titan thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But, wow, we're running 50 minutes here. Okay, we're coming up on an hour.
We have some good stuff to talk about. It's Sunday afternoon. We ain't got nothing but the Oscars to watch maybe tonight. I don't know.
And I will enjoy not watching that. I'm not going to... Why would I sit there and watch the Oscars? Let me watch these rich people give awards to themselves. I am so great. I am so great. Everybody loves me. I am so great. Man, why am I going to sit there? Why would I do that?
A bunch of millionaires patting each other on the back.
Yeah, exactly. Why am I going to watch that?
You have an award because you're good.
Yeah, I mean...
Thank you. You're good, too.
Yeah, you're good, too. You have one, too.
I do.
Yeah.
And I just presented you with yours.
No, I'm Leo. I don't get one.
Leo fucked himself out of getting one.
But it doesn't matter.
Ever.
I'm not going to watch a show and watch a bunch of millionaires pat each other on the fucking back. I'm not going to do that. That's a waste of time. Anyway, what else we got? We got to have something else.
Oh.
What?
Hot pepper.
Oh my god.
This was hysterical.
So I just watched this before we went, quote unquote live. But it was a hot pepper challenge that Austin Creed, aka Xavier Woods, did for a review for Street Fighter V. And let me tell you something. He starts off eating one habanero and talking about the game, and it's already hilarious. But then he goes on to review Mario Kart Double Dash and Nights into Dreams, and he eats one pepper for each game that he reviews. So eventually, number one, I'm busting a gut laughing at this thing. And by the time he gets to the third pepper, he eats the third pepper and he chews it for like 3 seconds. And immediately his face freezes.
He looks like he transcends into another world.
And he clearly knows that I have fucked up.
If you want to see the video, it's on our Blind Tag Podcast Facebook page.
Oh my god. He immediately just stops and he goes, what? Like, he doesn't say it, but his face is so expressive, like, what have I done? What have I done?
There's no turning back.
Yeah, there's no turning back.
Please don't let me puke.
Am I going to live? Like, that's what his face was. So good. I think it's a running thing, though, the hot pepper reviews.
I think it is, because I think...
It's his own channel, I think.
I would do it because it would be funny, because I don't like spicy things at all.
No, you don't.
I mean, like...
You can't even handle buffalo chicken.
You would puke.
I could do a jalapeno, and that's about as hot as I'd ever do. So getting a habanero, no.
I'd watch you do it.
Your ass would be on fire for days.
The only way I do that is if I got paid to. I'm not gonna do this just try to promote like 8-Bit Legends. That's not like I love 8-Bit Legends and I love the blind tag, but I don't need an ulcer.
You'll get pissed drunk, but you won't eat a habanero.
Nope. Because I don't need an ulcer.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't need an ulcer.
We did that to a dear friend of ours once while on our vacation at Penzig, which many of our listeners have heard about. What was it? Ghost pepper?
Yeah, we decided to make
horrible.
a horrible drink, and we called it the Lost Boy Killer. And the idea was to trick all the Lost Boys, our friends, to drink this. And we actually told them, like, hey, don't drink this. It's not a good idea. Because what we did was we took Johnny Walker Green, I think it was. Ugh. Johnny Walker Green, and we mixed it with the concentrated powder of Abut Jalokia, known as
the ghost pepper.
Which
at the time was the hottest pepper in the world.
And we poured the powder in, shake, and poured it in the whiskey. And we closed it and fucking left it there. And we said, don't touch it. Nobody should touch it. And then we had people that thought they were brave, and they took the shot.
Nope.
Now, our friend, we call him Al, okay? And Al is Middle Eastern, so he's used to spicy food.
Yeah.
He can no longer eat spicy food because of this. He had such a bad ulcer.
We're so sorry, Al. To this day, we are so sorry, but we warned you.
We did. We did warn you, like, hey, this is gonna fuck you up. Don't do it. But they wanted to be tough, and they had it, and he can no longer eat spicy things. As a Middle Eastern man, he can no longer eat spice because the inside of his stomach is fucked.
Well, whose fault is that?
His own.
True. We did say, hey, this is going to fuck you up. Don't do it.
I mean, the thing is,
wet paint. That's what it is.
Yeah. Don't sit here. Fuck it. The idea, I think, and number one, okay, I think you guys know the Lost Boys well enough to know that what's the quickest way to get a Lost Boy to do something? Tell him not to do it. Yeah. You guys knew what you were doing.
I know. We totally knew what we were doing. Okay, but just for people to say like, "Hey, you didn't tell me." No, we told you exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah,
we gave you the truth. This is all you need to know. Shouldn't do it. Oh yeah, and then you thought you were Superman.
Yeah,
and that didn't work out well.
Unbelievable. But do you guys have any shows coming up?
I do.
Yeah.
This past weekend, we did. We worked.
It's news to me.
Come on, spit it out. You can do it.
Right, so you did this show for Ice.
We did a show for Ice. We worked the Hounds of Hatred. Mm-hmm. It was a scrum battle around the outside of the ring. They got the cheap victory. They took our rosary and clocked us in the head with it.
Well, poor Cancer. He wasn't feeling so well. He was fighting the flu.
Yeah, he was fighting the flu, so he couldn't breathe. But we were invited to come back March 20th. Same arena.
Nice.
You know.
That's Strangler's birthday.
What is it?
March 20th. Yes.
March 20th. Ice Arena, 67 Hathaway Street.
There you go.
Wallington, New Jersey. We're going to be on the show. Have no idea who we're working yet. Still kind of early, but we're hoping to get maybe a little retribution. You know, put some knuckles to faces.
You got to push it on Facebook this time.
I did push it on Facebook last time. I pushed it. You can't tell me. You know what? Can't tell me I didn't. So I did.
See, this is why they need a manager. Stop making me double think my decision.
Double think.
Triple think.
That's a thinky think?
That's
actually,
think.
after I've just found out what's been going on with my neck, and it turns out to be a bone spur. So it's not as drastic as what I was originally thinking it would be.
Still not great.
Yes, it does stem from the injury with Christy Kiss.
Yeah.
But again, I wouldn't trade it for the world because it was one of those awesome in-the-ring moments. It really was a great moment. So, but who knows? Maybe I'll be able to at least be ringside for a while. I've been honest about it. Part of it was where we were working, and if that was all there was, I just rather would not have worked. Mm-hmm. You know, and now that you guys have a chance at going somewhere, and you actually are with a school and a product and a promotion that actually takes the time to work with their students, to help them with promos, to tweak what they need to work on.
True,
it's something you don't see very much in some of the schools around here.
It's true, 100%. I've been to a couple schools, and this school, like, you know, I'm only able to go there one night a week, and that's Wednesday nights. It's Ace Pro Wrestling School, and that's the Ice Arena. Like I said, 67 Hathaway Street, Wallington, New Jersey. And it's, like I said, I'm only going to go there Wednesday night because of my work schedule. Hands down, the guys there are all humble and all want to have a good time. The training there is legit training because you don't do the same fucking spots over and over and over and over again. They try to mix that up for you. Yeah. And then after all the in-ring training is done on Wednesday, a guy by the name of Cheyenne, he comes in and he's like, okay, everybody's going to start doing promos. And he'll give you the hot potato. Okay, cut a promo. Boom. And he tosses it to you, and you got to come up with you got a 30-second idea of something to say. Yeah. And you toss it back to him, and he'll toss it to somebody else. And and this keeps going on for probably about an hour.
I mean, when we first started, when we went back to Gino's, we took a lot of the young guys and taught them how to do promos ourselves. Yeah. Nobody else taught them or pulled them aside. And the other thing that I see that's lacking a lot in the indies is a lot of these kids don't know how to work with managers because we are a dying breed. Mm-hmm. Managers are a dying breed. One, because there's nobody to teach you how to be one. There's nobody. Yeah. I tell me one school that they actually have, well, if you want to be a manager, we're going to put you with these guys and we're going to teach you how to work as a manager, how to bump like a manager, how to talk like a manager.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I watched Ace. I watched that happen at Ace.
Okay, well, see what I'm saying. This is okay. So then this is a first.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because I remember seeing it once or something similar once at Ace, and they told him okay, this is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to bump. It's exactly. I'm telling you, Ace.
Same thing with your refs. I mean, they go in at another school and they want to be a referee, but yet they're being put in there with the other wrestlers. Mm-hmm. When they're not, I mean, they need to learn how to bump. That's essential. No matter what you do, from being a valet to a pro wrestler, you need to learn how to land correctly.
Yeah.
Right. Shit.
God damn it!
Yay! Click.
Sorry, we've been going for an hour.
But no, Ace Pro is one of those schools that it's legit. Go there and try it out for yourself. Mike Morgan runs a tight ship, and he owns the building, so it's the Morgan Junior Arena, and you know what? You go there, it looks okay. Yeah, it's smaller than a normal arena, but it looks professional. Yeah. There's a ramp, there's a Titantron, quote unquote. Yeah. Okay, the guy they you go backstage and you get to see where the guy mixes the music. Yeah. Which, by the way, quick funny story. So I had forgotten the music for our show, and I had
Big Dick. No way! Did you?
Okay, cute. And I had forgotten the music for the show, and I had Big Dick fucking send me the email. Mm-hmm. The guy actually went on YouTube and downloaded the actual song. I said, okay, we'll cut it 30 seconds in. Yeah. And he was listening to it. After 30, at the 30-second mark, he's like, "I'm going to cut out the first 10 seconds." So whatever. So like, pretty much the bagpipes were supposed to be cut out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, all right, because the idea was cool, 10 seconds of bagpipes, and then we come rushing in. But he says that we're going to start at 40 seconds in, so it just gets the good beat going. So our music hits, and it's the first bagpipe session. Like, it's not even 30 seconds in, and it starts blowing the bagpipes, and the guy, the sound guy's like, "I didn't cut it." And I looked at him like, "No, you did not." So we ended up we walked out, and sure enough, like, it was a good 30 to 40 seconds of bagpipes.
Wow.
Yeah, we were coming out there.
That's why I always had it cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he was supposed to cut it.
He just forgot.
He was supposed to cut all the bagpipes.
Jesus. But, so we're looking forward to March 20th. Ice Arena, Wallington, New Jersey. That's going to be good. But other than that, I think we're going to head and end it because we're an hour and 3 in, and man, I got to use the bathroom. So
he's going to turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, I got to use the bathroom. So for Kryim,
yeah, that's me,
and for Dante,
Hey.
I'm Big Dick Gideon, and we will see you all or talk to you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.